All right, what you say? What you say, everybody? It's DJ Mo D here coming to you again, and appreciate y'all always tuning in, locking it in with me. Now, there was breaking news. One of the biggest, if not the biggest, NBA trade in the history of the NBA, went down Saturday night. Like everybody else, I've listened to a lot of the stories. Like everybody else, I was asleep. I heard nothing about this before I went to sleep Saturday night. I woke up around about 5 o'clock in the morning, checked my Twitter, seen something about Luka traded to the LA Lakers. Couldn't believe it. Didn't believe it at that time. Had to go check a couple of sources, had to do a little bit of Googling, had to do a little bit of Facebook and Instagram, and it was just everywhere. The story was everywhere and just amazing. Who would have ever thought? Who would have ever thought that the Dallas Mavericks would give up on a generational talent? Some people call him a top five player in the NBA. Luka Doncic, in my opinion, has risen to a top three player in the NBA over the last year or so. So he's a top three in my book, and that's another debate for another day. And the Lakers shipped off Anthony Davis, who is not only one of LeBron's good friends, who LeBron advocated to join him with the Los Angeles Lakers. They also won a championship in the bubble together, and they're both signed under Clutch Sports together. And they pulled off the trade. Nobody knew about this. The GMs, Rob Pelinka and Nico, I think his name is, from Dallas, two good friends that go way back, basically kept this all under wraps. They only talked to the owners of the teams, and it was just between those two. Luka Doncic wasn't going anywhere else but the Lakers. He wasn't offered to any other team. And so that led up to the biggest trade in NBA history. Again, Luka, a top five, a top three, whatever you consider him, generational, international superstar talent at only 25 years young. Traded for Anthony Davis, who is 30, I think he's either 30 or 31, in the prime of his career, one of the best bigs, offensively and defensively in the league. But, however, .com, Luka is much younger. He's much more durable. Yes, he's injury prone, but he is more durable than Anthony Davis has been able to show over his career. So this is a steal. Matter of fact, we got the live video conference going on right now, introducing Luka Doncic as a LA Laker. We're gonna watch a little bit of it, and then I'm gonna come back and give my final thoughts regarding the trade as a whole. Because of course, everybody has their opinions. I have my opinions. Me and my friends, we talked about it. We all have our opinions on it, but I'll save that till after we watch a little bit of this press conference. Again, I haven't watched any of it, so let's check it out. Skip over that.
Before I start talking about the young man next to me, I want to thank Jalen Hood Shafino, Max Christie, and Anthony Davis for their incredible service here. There's no player that played as big a role to our 17th championship than Anthony Davis, who's also a person of incredibly high character. So those three guys are Lakers for life, and just want to thank them before we start. No. So, in thinking about today and what it means, I think Luka Doncic joining forces with the Los Angeles Lakers is a seismic event in NBA history. And the reason I say that is because we have a 25-year-old global superstar that's going to get on the stage of the most popular and influential basketball brand on the globe. And I think when those two powerful forces come together, it brings basketball joy to the world, because that's how Luka plays. He plays with joy. And if you think about kids in Barcelona or kids in Buenos Aires or children in Shanghai or Sydney, they're going to be wearing a number 77 Luka Doncic Lakers jersey and bringing joy to basketball just like he does. And that's why it's powerful. I think the leadership of Adam Silver and the way he's bringing the game to the world, you see it in Europe, you see it in Africa, what the NBA is doing. And now we have one of the game's biggest superstars, an international player coming to join the Los Angeles Lakers. It's a convergence of all those forces. And I think it's going to be something incredibly special that the NBA and basketball has never seen before. So to get to this place, there's a couple people I want to thank. First and foremost is Jeannie Buss. She's so supportive. I think her vision, which falls in line with the great and late Dr. Buss, to always make sure the brightest and best basketball superstars play for the Los Angeles Lakers. She's clearly carried that vision on from her dad. And I just want to thank her for her tremendous support and vision in helping this day become a reality. The second person I want to thank is anytime there's a trade or a transaction, there has to be a partner. And I want to thank the Dallas Mavericks, led by their GM, Nico Harrison, who was also very instrumental in bringing this opportunity to us and then staying true to the negotiations throughout where it could be culminated with the trade being finalized and Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris becoming members of our team. So wanted to thank those two people. And now we'll start with questions.
Hey, Luka, there's a video the Lakers put out the other day of that you noticed somebody was talking to you in Slovenian during a game in 2019. It's Kobe. You turn around, you have the moment with him after the game. Then just think of how do you go from that to then now joining the Lakers with LeBron James and just thinking of the legacies of those two players and you having the chance to be the next one.
Well, first of all, I remember the exact moment that that happened. It always stay, in my mind. And it was an amazing moment. Just for Kobe to know my name was amazing for me. And, I just wish Kobe and Gigi were here to see this moment. And, I'm excited about this new journey, and happy to be here.
Waiting for you to come. What's your reaction to seeing all of us here to welcome you to Los Angeles?
First of all, it's very nice. There's a lot of people here. I don't think there's ever been so many people in my press conference. So I really appreciate all the support.
Luka, welcome to Los Angeles. I'm curious, what's your reaction been the last 48 hours to some of the comments coming from Dallas on your way out the door to join the Lakers?
I'm just excited, to be here to start this new journey. And obviously, at some point I knew this was going to happen. But I would say I always take the high road. I had my amazing moments in Dallas with all my teammates, coaches, and the most important, the fans. They always supported me, and it was an amazing journey.
Hey, Luka, Dan, like you at the LA Times. Welcome to LA. You, in a podcast with JJ years ago, said that the one NBA player that you watched was LeBron James. What is your kind of reaction to being able to now play with him? And how do you think that's going to work for the two of you guys on the court?
Just like a dream come true, I always look up to him. There's so many things I can learn from him. And I'm just excited, just to learn everything, I get to play with him. So it's an amazing feeling.
That's what's up. It's going to be interesting to see how they fit together. It's going to be very interesting to see how they both fit together as they both ball dominant players. So I'm curious as to how that's going to work. Hopefully LeBron will be in a position to let Luka take the lead as he's the younger guy by 15 years, and that'll keep some wear and tear off of LeBron James, of course, as he tries to preserve himself for another year or two of the being in the NBA. So I hope that's how that works out.
Think. Just kind of following up on that, how do you see you and LeBron specifically? Just the two-man game between you, both can
Here we
create for
go.
each other, hit guys out of the short roll, great playmaking opportunities. Just how you guys both see the game. Very few can see it that way. Like, how do you see that fit from a passing, playmaking, and just two-man game perspective?
Yeah, I think we both make our teammates better. I think our IQ is very high, so I think that's gonna help everybody. But obviously, I really haven't think about basketball much these days. But I'm just excited to work with him. I work every day here, so every day that goes by is gonna be better.
Luka, Kobe Price, SoCal News Group, welcome to LA. Got one for both of you guys. First for you, Luka. I think you even wrote in a social media post that you thought that Dallas is going to be a place that you're looking forward to winning championships, staying for your career. Emotionally, what have the past 48 to 60 hours been for you in coming to LA?
Well, honestly, it was hard first. That first day was really hard. I felt like this last 48 hours was 1 month. Like 2 days ago was 1 month ago. So emotionally, it was really hard. But every day there, like today, was much better. I'm just very happy to be here for this opportunity with the Lakers. It's one of the best clubs in history. So excited to be here.
And for
Now, from a personal standpoint, man, that's got to be crazy. As it's been reported that Luka just bought a brand new house in the Dallas area worth about 12 million, I think it was. And then Anthony Davis just recently bought a house in LA that's valued around $30 million. So personally, that has to be you know crazy, just closing in on a brand new home, getting settled down uh, in a new home and new area, and thinking you're going to be there. As Luca just explained, he thought he would be a Dallas Maverick for life. So, you know, that has to be hard on him as well. Not to mention money that the supermax that Luka Doncic is going to miss out on. Like he's going to lose out on at least 112 million extra dollars that he could have gotten this offseason by signing a supermax deal with the Dallas Mavericks. But now since he's with the Lakers, he is out for that 112 million dollar supermax. Or to receive that extra $112 because it would have put him at, he's making like 50 million a year right now. He would have been making like 75 million dollars a year. However, there's a caveat to that. And of course, he's going to have higher taxes in LA versus Texas. However, again, the caveat is you're in LA. You're in the bright stars, the bright Hollywood atmosphere. You got all kind of marketing. You got bigger sponsors. You're internationally a superstar. It's just gonna build your brand even bigger. You're with Nike. So in the grand scheme of things, that $112 million, will be made up in other areas. So it won't be too much of a loss on his end. So that's one way if I were him, and I'm pretty sure he's looking at it like that. But let's get back to it.
Nico, speaking with reporters, I believe on Sunday after the trade, he praised you specifically for keeping the negotiations between you two up until I imagine the final moments. At what point did you, I guess, introduce this trade idea to Jeannie, and what was her initial reaction when you told her about it?
Yeah, so this all started with the coffee in Dallas where Nico approached us with the concept. And because there was a partnership and a history of traveling the world between Nico and myself working around Kobe Bryant, there was a fabric of trust in the discussions. And these type of deals are incredibly intricate and complicated. And along the way, we knew there would be 248 insurmountable snags to get to the end, and there were. And so over the course of 3 weeks, call it, an issue would come up, and we'd think there was no way to climb the mountain, and we'd figure out a way. And the next issue would come up, and you just keep going, and you stay committed to the work. You stay committed to trying to get the deal done in a partnership sense. I think a lot of people talk about negotiations in terms of who won and who lost. I try to approach a negotiation in the sense of how do we build a partnership where we can get to the end. And I think that was the lens that we worked and the premise we worked under. And when the concept was initially introduced to us, it was, hey, the only way we can even have these discussions was if it's between owner and GMs. And there was a commitment to that. And if we broke that commitment by talking to anyone else, this day would never happen. So I think trust was at the center of all those discussions. And I called Jeannie after the coffee in Dallas and brought her in immediately, as I do with everything. Her and I have a really strong working relationship, and the fabric of that is that we share things in real time. And she was extraordinarily excited and hopeful that we could get to the end, which we were.
Definitely, you have to keep certain things in house, and if it would have got out that Luka Doncic, one of the generational talents in the NBA right now, is up on the market, there would have been a lot of talk, a lot of criticism, a lot of teams, other teams looking to get in their bid for Luka Doncic's services. And so that would have just made the Lakers deal probably most likely fall through because when you think about it, what the Lakers gave up, they did give up AD. AD is a top 10 talent. All right. They did give up a first round pick in 2029, 4 years from now. I'm not thinking about that. They did give up two players, Max Christie, and I forget the other player. And so, you know, there are other teams that could have offered, potentially offered Dallas more. They could have given them more draft picks, more players. They could have gave up a ransom. But again, when you have those relationships as Rob Pelinka and Nico has over there with Dallas, they talked about networking and relationships and how they worked with Kobe together. And so that's the importance of having great sound relationships and working with people. And so, man, kudos to them for keeping that information bottled up and sealed between upper management, basically. And so, not even LeBron was consulted on this. Not even Luka himself was being consulted on this. So, or AD. So, again, great job, great GM work between the parties with Dallas and Los Angeles. Now, my opinion on this, the trade in its totality, in my opinion, I think it's a win-win. I think LA with getting Luka Doncic and him only being 25, I think they will be better suited because now they have the player, their superstar, that will bridge the gap between LeBron when he leaves and Doncic taking over and taking the Lakers into the future for the next 10 years. Where Dallas wins, they win in the short term because now they get AD, one of the top two uh, defensive and offensive players in the league, to add with all that talent that they already have in Kyrie Irving, who's an NBA champion, AD NBA champion. You got PJ Washington, Derek Lively, and Klay Thompson, four-time world champion and other pieces in Dallas. They're in win mode right now. They have a team that's constructed to win an NBA title right now. Whereas I don't feel like Lakers have a championship team, championship caliber team. Even though they got two of the best players in the NBA, they have nothing else to go with them. So their future looks bright. Dallas, here and now, it looks bright for them today and over the next year or so. So they have I would say, a 2 to 3 year window to get it done down in Dallas. And so I know the Dallas Mavericks fans they're hating this. They absolutely hated giving up on Luka. He was their so-called savior. They were looking forward to him having a statue outside of the Dallas Mavericks Stadium, along with Dirk Nowitzki. And it's not going to come to fruition. So, again, I think it's a win-win trade overall. And so I look forward to seeing Doncic in a Lakers jersey. I look forward to seeing what Dallas is going to do during this playoff run. And so it's going to be very interesting. All right. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Leave me some feedback. Make sure you like and subscribe to the page. Share this video with somebody. And I will catch y'all in the next one. Appreciate y'all always tuning in with me. Peace. I'm out. What you say?